Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to the first live on FISM International Facebook page. Being FISM an international association, I should have said good morning or good evening or good afternoon, but we have to choose the time, and 7 Central European Time was a compromise. I remind you that this interview will be available on demand on the FISM Facebook page. In this difficult moment of a global health emergency, we thought it was necessary to make the most authoritative voice heard as a sign of closeness, support, in response to the question that the world of magic is asking. And no one better than the international FISM president, Domenico Dante, could have been the best interlocutor. We have prepared a summary of Domenico Dante's path to the presidency of the FISM. Domenico Dante, president of the Club Magico Italiano since 1989 to 2015, since 1991, international judge in a lot of most important magic competitions, included FISM World Championship. Since 2000, he is member of FISM Executive Board, and in 2006, he was appointed FISM International Vice President. In 2012, he was elected FISM International President at the World Convention in Blackpool, lifetime honorary member of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, member of the Indian Magic Circle Gold Star in London, organizer, consultant, and advisor of more than 100 international magic conventions, honorary professor at the Korean Broadcasting Academy in Seoul, professor emeritus at the University of Busan in South Korea, and for decades he has performed as a professional magician. He stage act in many international conventions in Europe and overseas. So for this reason, I think no one could be the most informed person about what's happening in magic. And for this reason, I say good evening to Mr. President. Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening, Andrea. And first of all, my warmest regards to the magicians from around the world. I really think of them, and I'm really happy to be in touch with them with any time, any minute.
Nice to meet you here. And well, I would like to ask you, where are you now, and how are you facing the health emergency?
I am in Switzerland, in Lausanne, where FISM was established, locking down everybody, working at home as much as I can, following FISM matter with the PC, with the technology, and worrying about what is going on everywhere.
Yeah, I understand, but I am in Italy now, and in Italy it's very warm day, and so lockdown is not avoid to go outside. But well, we talk about FISM. How is FISM facing this strange period?
Well, first of all, it's not an happy period. It's very sad to see that all the events have been cancelled all over the world, one after another one. FISM is a federation of a magic society, not individuals, as you know. Nevertheless, FISM is worrying, pay attention, and taking care of all magicians, professional and amateurs, because it's through this magician that the art of magic lives and is promoted. Me and FISM are well aware what to be a professional magician means. I'm not well versed in local tax or subsidy system in different countries, Neither do I know what kind of financial assistance is being provided, if at all. But I know that in several governments have provided emergency financial assistance, but it's not always clear how and where to apply, because sometimes the profession of the magician is not clearly classified. This is the reason why I sent some video messages to some government to help as much as I can the people that are living with this job.
A lot of project FISM has promoted in the last period. But please, can you list what are the projects that FISM has promoted in the last 3 years?
Well, that is an interesting question, because I suppose that not only members of societies are following this interview. In the last 3 years, we have admitted something like 19 new societies around the world, 9 in Asia, 8 in America, and we have a total now of 106 societies in 6 continents. FISM work with a board of official decision. That means that deal with the matters of everyday or long-term, medium-term, with decision made by the board. In this year, we made more than 100 board official decisions. But we were following something that for us is very important, because, as you know, the core business of FISM is competition. This is the way to rise the level of art of magic. What means FCCS, FISM Compliant Competition System? Means that we can give to all FISM members tools to organize a qualified competition in line with the FISM contest rules of the World Championship of Magic and Continental Championship of Magic. With that, we can rise the level of magic with the qualified judges and increase opportunity for magicians to test their level according to the FISM rule, international standard. Was not so easy, but we are a very, very good point. Following this, we are working about the selection of the competitor from the continents. We also did, of course, updating of the statute and the FISM rules, contest rules. A very important step was reached with the establishment of the consultant groups. Already we are existing in 2015, a language consulting group, communication group, IPR, International Property Right Group. In these 3 years, we added 2 important consultancy groups. Illegal, I mean the lawyers, 5 lawyers experienced and professional around the world. Douwe Swistra from Netherlands, David Spalbrecht from Germany, Christian Pirker from Switzerland, Mark Linette from Canada, and Kenneth Chan from China. Also, we established an IT group that is also very important nowadays. This group is supervised by the 2 vice presidents, Peter Dean and Satoru Yamamoto. And the members are Andrea Baioni, you, Xavier Tapias from Spain, Peter Sorsted from Portugal, Eke Marueda from Spain too. We also did, we opened our world to the world of science, and we have now contact with the university in England, in Switzerland, and we try to find out how magic can live and can be confronted with these sciences. A lot of work that now can let us to promote the art of magic in the best way.
As a part of IT consultancy group, I know that we are working to do something new. This live is part of our project. But okay, during this lockdown, I think that it's time to rethink the the activity of FISM. So what activity is FISM currently carrying out?
Well, mostly we are following the Continental Championship of Magic and the World Championship of Magic. I am in contact very often with the president of the continents to see what is the best way to face this health emergency for the Continental Championship. In the meantime, we are also working for another important aspect, that is the formation process of the jury member. We are now pointing our target to the FISM qualified contest. Why? Because first, it was important to have the same rules of judgment around the world. And now we try to promote a competition, not only from the affiliated societies, but also from other events where certain rules and certain criteria should be respected. For example, we are putting some jury members in training. They learn how to judge. The scores are not valid, but let us know and let us teach them where they have a different point of view of magic. Because it's important that we remember that everyone that is a lover of magic is able to judge. The problem sometimes, and very often, are the parameters. Because when the parameters change, also the final score can be much different. This is why we are teaching to the old and new jury member how to give a correct score using a grading scale, either for the World Championship of Magic or for the regional competition, means continental, for example. In these days, I'm also continuing relationship with other continents, especially Asia, that was not so easy because they are huge country with different mentality, a different organization, and so on. But I'm very happy of the result that we have reached. And finally, we are still dealing and working with the FISM card. You know that the FISM card was was established only 2-3 years ago. But now we achieved the goal of 6,000 of 500 FISM card around the world with our members. It's important not only for the practical use of the card, the discount to the convention and so on is useful for organizer and for dealer. But I think that behind there is a sort of message where FISM want to say to all the member, to all magician, we are a family. You are not alone.
Yeah, it's true, and I totally agree. And I think that FISM card is a great idea, and I'm very honored to have one and to use one. So, but I would like to change the topic, and because in this period there is a lot of magic on the web, a lot of magicians. So as a proliferation of magical activity on the web. What do you think about it?
But first of all, for me, it's positive because it's promoting the art of magic. So it's a forced way to let people, not only the magician, but to let all people understand what we do in different situations, sometimes at home, sometimes forced to have no audience. So in this way, I think is a positive matter. The magic on the web is not really new. For many years, many new lovers of magic has approached magic thanks to the performance and tutorials online. As magic has evolved from the street to the theaters, from the theater to television, and for television to close up, So magic on the web has become a new form of entertainment. It doesn't mean a substitute, rather a different way of enjoying this art. Even those who approach or watch magic on the web understand clearly the importance of the social aspect of the direct confrontation with other magicians. Opportunities that can only be given by the activity of associations in the area, by conventions and competitions. Of course, associations must understand this change too, both in the way in which magic can be taught and in the way in which they can provide services to their members. But even this is not a new aspect. Many FISM member societies have already taken this path for some time, providing online services and using digital communication to feed the passion of magic. Push the first objective of each association as making culture with, for, in favor of magic. Just to mention someone, we can think to the Magic Circle, Club Magic Italiano, la Fédération Française des Prestidigitateurs, and many others, because for sure they are. This is what FISM, using the web, is doing also since years.
I've kept some of the questions of our follower. I would like to say that our many organizers that are following us in this moment, and continental championship organizer, world championship organizer, so the questions is easy and come naturally. The continental championships have been postponed. When will they be rescheduled?
Thinking to this question, I cannot say really a lot because it's a difficult question. We need to see how the health emergency will develop. Anyway, I can say that North America is rescheduled in 2021. European Championship will be rescheduled in 2021 too, and North America in 2021. Only Asia is still pending the date at the end of November, but nobody really knows what will happen in November. Because, for example, I was informed by one of the most important air company in Europe that no flight are scheduled till November. So, probably I don't know who will be able to go there. The exact date of the postponement will be released soon. All friends need to understand that FISM International gives the chance, the opportunity to the continents to organize the Continental Championship. Then they work in autonomy. I mean, we cannot interfere. They face financial problems, of course, organizational problems. But I imagine, for example, that Spain will reschedule the ACM, the European Championship of Magic, next year in June, something like this. They will form our community very soon.
Well, someone comment that 2021 will be a busy FISM convention year. So for this reason, I think I would like to ask you another question that I think is interesting for everybody. So what will happen to the 2021 Magic World Championship?
Honestly, nobody knows. Even the organizers do not know, because organization needs time. They should start in case in September, October to advance, but who can say? So in my opinion, unfortunately, we need only to wait, maybe this autumn, September, October, to have more realistic information about the WCM.
Yeah, so a comment come from Hector Carrion and say Plasoma no tiene fecha todavía, no have date until now. Well, the last question, Domenico. Well, the world is changed. In a few months, everything is changed. Now we are talking through Facebook to the world, and magic now is still, everything is stopped. And what do you think about the future of magic, that it's transformed by COVID-19?
During this period of a health emergency, the extended lockdown at home has speeded up in all fields and sector some change, and among them one is the digitization. All the artists, including magicians, have been suffering from the stop of all the activities, even if the association have done their best to help their members. This has to be clear. I'm sure that we will return to a normality where a magician will perform live in front of an audience, in the theaters, and the association will organize convention and competition again. When this happens, and I really hope soon, it will be clear that the health emergency will not have distorted the world of art. Surely, it will bring changes, not only in the way of approaching and planning the activities, but also reconsidering the digital as an integral part of the services to propose to the member and to the spectators. Magic, even more than all arts and even sports, need its audience. During a period of emergency, I can imagine a football game in an empty stadium, but not a continental championship of magic without audience. At least this is what I think. Going back to the beginning of the interview, the professional magicians, a wonderful act of solidarity from the magic community, the opposite of the wait and see attitude, is being given by the Austrian Magic Circle, MRA, that started a fund to help full-time professional magicians who are now facing severe financial problems. Thanks to many donations, they have got quite an important amount. They have already more than 7,000 or 10,000 euro. And this is just the beginning. The MRA will also help, as you mentioned before. I congratulate them and I thank them warmly for their initiative. And really, I hope all the association will follow, because this is the real way to solve important problem from people, professional magicians, and consequently, magic that are living from this job.
And a lot of questions, but as we said before, we try to do this Facebook Live just to say something about this strange period to the community. But for sure, we will plan other interview, and Mr. President for sure will send news to all the president and to the community about changing.
And just let me remind that all the information on our website.
So I would like to thank the President Domenico Dante for his availability to give this interview and for his work for the FISM. And I hope that there will be an opportunity as soon as possible to meet you and other friends in a convention to talk about magic. Thank you very much, Domenico.
Thank you, my pleasure. And really, again, a warmest regard to all my friends, all the magicians, even I don't know. I hope to meet them in any convention around the world. All the best, my friends.
We are ending this Facebook Live, but personally, I want to thank all of you who wanted to spend this time with us and who share this great passion with us, the passion for an extraordinary art, magic. So take care of yourself and your family, and see you soon.